Hey guys, how's it going? Video is coming out a little bit later this week than I wanted it to, due to some technical difficulties, but I think I got everything working correctly right now. I've been playing a lot of Masked Warrior Hero lately because there's a new Kamen Rider series, and I'm really excited about that, but I wanted to show off one of my other big projects alongside the SCP Foundation, and that is My Little Pony. My flagship hero, of course, is Twilight Sparkle. I have called her complete, but I got some feedback and I've kind of been trying to fine-tune how her deck works. So we're going to give her a shot alongside Dark Visionary, Santa Guys, the Wraith, and Absolute Zero versus Trickster Kismet in Insula Primalis. Twilight plays as a board controller, which means she has a lot of ongoing destruction, environment destruction, even a little bit of target destruction, which she won't probably get to use in this game. She has a little bit of deck manipulation and a little bit of team support, but for the most part she's focused on destroying stuff outright. We're at the setup phase here for Trickster Kismet, so she's going to get 3 Jinx cards and put them into play. I wanted to wait to do that until I started recording because that's exciting. So we'll have one of those and one of those and one of those. So she's going to hit everybody for 1, and then let's see, this one goes on here with the fuse cards in play. I'm going to give that to Absolute Zero because he can take it. Your character card with the lowest HP is going to be Visionary. Shuffle her deck and begin. Oh, look, Talisman is in front of a hero, so Kismet deals that hero and the Talisman 2 psychic damage each. And then at the end of the villain turn, she deals a hero character card in the play area with the Talisman 5 psychic damage. And there are Jinx cards in play, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Alright, so Twilight starts off with a pretty rotten hand. She's got her element, which is not a very important card when she's the only pony out. She's got a couple of spells. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with Haycart's method. Her deck is built around spells and books, and the more books you have out, the better your spells are. In this case, it would give her more targets to deal 2 projectile damage to, but we only really need to hit Kismet, so that's fine. Her base power, Study of Magic, lets her draw a card. That's very important, so she will draw 2. She did a little damage. Oh, good, and she got some stuff to use next round. Dark Viz, go ahead with the Cerebral Hemorrhage, hit her for 2. Probably try and leave Talisman where it is because Absolute Zero theoretically will be able to take it. We don't want that lucky card going into play, so it can go on the bottom of the deck. And then Kismet hits her for 1 psychic damage. So yeah, if there's a card we want to get rid of, it's probably that one. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and we'll retcon that weak heart. Yeah, and Santa Guys will go for the total beefcake. And then it's Giftmas time. Oh, I love Santa Guys. I especially love him when he's not the only hero I'm playing, because he can be a little uninspiring until you get enough gifts in play. And Wraith will get her throwing knives out and do a damage. Absolute Zero is going to get his isothermic transducer out, which will make him do himself a damage. And then he'll do himself a damage so he can do a damage. Off to a pretty good start. Hey, River of Lava. Each hero may destroy one of their equipment cards. Any hero that does not takes 5 fire damage. Wraith does not feel like taking 5 fire damage. So he'll take 5 and deal 5. Santa Guys is going to beefcake that onto the Talisman, which means she flips immediately, and they take 5. Okay, Shaky Arm, hero with the most cards in play. That would be... oh yeah, the gifts count as cards, so that's either Guys or Absolute Zero. We're going to give that to Guys because otherwise that would be bad. She deals each hero target and the Talisman 2, 3, 4 psychic damage because the Talisman is flipped. Beefcakes that onto Talisman, then she hits the Talisman and flips herself back over. This goes to the hero with the highest HP, which is Guys, and she hits him for 5. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and play Golden Oak's Library. The way the pony decks are set up, each pony has a couple of cards in common. So they've all got an element, they've all got a pet, Twilight's actually got 2, they've all got a house, Twilight's actually got 2, mostly because she's the main character. The library was her original house. When this enters play, destroy Friendship Castle. Don't have it, so I don't get any benefit from that. It's got 2 powers on it, one of which I'm going to use now. Each player may discard a card to draw a card, or search your deck for a book, put it into play, shuffle your deck. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I should mention this is a new version of the library. I always get confused because Haycart's looks like Predictions and Prophecies. And then she shuffles her deck and she draws a card. So now she's set up and can start doing stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Mind Spike Kismet, and then... ooh, Karmic Disjunction is bad. Yeah, we're going to go with another Shaky Arm. And she draws a card. Alright, so Guys is not going to be dealing damage right now. Bloop! He is going to Total Beefcake again, and then more presents. Usually need about 3 or 4 presents to start unwrapping them. Wraith lost her stuff, have her trust fund. And then she will stealth. Absolute Zero is absolutely going to get out his calibration unit, deal himself a melee damage, and then deal himself a cold damage. Next round, I can get rid of some of those ongoings. Everybody discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Destroyed. And we get Velociraptors. Velociraptors will be going after the Talisman for now, because Absolute Zero hasn't taken that much damage. Kismet plays that shaky arm. Here with the most cards in play. I think, unfortunately, that's either him or Twilight. Twilight's going to take it. Then she deals... Uh-oh. Oh wait, doesn't have to be an uh-oh. So she deals the hero character card in the play area with the Talisman. 5 psychic damage. That will get beefcaked onto the Raptors, which are the same HP as the Talisman, so we don't make her flip and do her other end-of-turn stuff. Okay, for my play, I'll go ahead and play number 25. Players as a group draw X cards now, where X is 2 plus the number of books in play. So we can draw 3 cards, distribute it up however I want to. We're going to give Guys a card, we're going to give Twilight a card, and we're going to give Absolute Zero a card, because he almost always needs cards. Oh, see, look at that. That was a good idea. If I destroy a book, another player may play a card. Fuck that. Instead, I'm going to use my power. So all 4 of the books have different names, but they all are exactly the same otherwise. They're an equipment card. They have power, play a spell. So I'm going to use Predictions and Prophecies power to play Want It, Need It. Select up to X targets, where X is the number of books in play. Until the start of your turn, increase damage dealt to those targets by 1. Destroy a book. So I'll select Kismet and destroy that book. Hopefully I'll be able to get it back or get another one. And draw a card. Cerebral hemorrhage. Oh, that's bad. That's somewhat less bad. Just don't want her playing lucky cards. And she draws. Alright, that goes away. So let's see. Guys has -1 damage dealt. He's honestly got nothing to play, so we're just going to pass out gifts. One more round and we can start opening those. Alright, Razor Ordnance. Time for real good times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's time for this. Field Freeze. Deals himself a damage. 1, 2. No, I guess it's just going to be 2. But he'll hit her for 3, and he'll hit the Talisman for 2. And then he'll deal himself a fire damage, so he can deal her 2 cold damage. That +1 was not super great, but it helped. And Slipper Malice. So each hero has to destroy an ongoing card or take 4 toxic damage. If they do destroy an ongoing, they only take 2. So 4 for him. 2 for her, because she's stealthed. He doesn't have any ongoings. She doesn't have any ongoings. This is, man, 2 for Twilight. This friggin' environment is so nasty. Alright, still a Jinx in play, right? Yes, Twilight's got a Jinx. Hey, she deals each hero target 1 projectile damage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not going too well. Okay, the +1 wears off. I just realized that was the wrong +1. Whatever. Oh boy, I got rid of my thing that would let me get books. That was kind of dumb. Alright. Card draw. 2 total cards, so we'll let Guys draw a card, we'll let Visionary draw a card. No books to destroy, and then she draws 2. Ah, Precognition. Okay, that was the right time to do that, and then because that top card was not particularly good, I'm going to go ahead and look at her deck again. Oof. I'm going and/or equipment cards. Jeez, don't have a lot to go on. That's lucky, and that plays another card. Okay. Hopefully we can get some ongoings out. If nothing else, Guys has some. In fact, he's going to go ahead and play Super Ultra Kawaii. 1 more round of presents. I almost feel like I should probably start opening them right now, but I'm not gonna. If each hero turn, if I have more than 5 cards in hand, I may play a card. I only get to play 1 card. I will go ahead and play Look What I Found for 3. But that's a sacrificial ongoing. Let's do Mega Computer. Sacrifice that too if need be. 3 damage from Razor Ordnance, draw a card. Horfire. 2 to him, 2 fire to her. Deals himself a cold and a fire, and he'll deal himself a cold. Alright, what horrors lie in wait? Oh, right. Volcanic Eruption. Excellent. I can't do anything about that. Oh boy. Okay, unlucky break. 5 hero ongoing equipment cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I underestimated the number of things I had in play. Well, that sucks. And then, oh yeah, let's see. Deals that hero and the Talisman 2 psychic damage each. Hits him for 5. Damn. This was not supposed to be this difficult. Twilight is going to skip her turn to stop the volcano from exploding, and there's no obsidian fields to put into play. I think Psychic Maelstrom is the thing to do. So 2 to her, and this will flip. We need to take and flip that back over. Jinx. Need to flip that back over so we can get onto someone who is not going to die instantly. Speaking of which, guys, time for presents. Oh, jeez. There's nothing for that to be played on. Retcon. Have to destroy this Jinx. Draw a card or play a card. I'm gonna friggin' play a card, do 3 damage to her just so I can get some use out of that. Oh, but look, I got blatant reference. That could be worse. Draw a card. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna die, so we're just gonna throw all of his cards away on bullets for her. You know what? She's gonna be getting the thing, so she will heal. Stealth. Okay, Absolute Zero's in poor condition. Heal himself and hit her. Oh, and I forgot. Let's see. Blatant reference at the end of Wraith's turn. Blatant reference at the end of Absolute Zero's turn. It's helping. Oh, Primordial Plant Life. Guys dies. Means we have to do presents the hard way. Oh, and I forgot that +1. Everybody else takes 4. Whose idea was this? With the most cards in hand. Well, it's going to get destroyed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Deals each hero target and the talisman 3 psychic damage, killing Absolute Zero. Lower his presence. Onboard module installation, another isothermic transducer. That would have been nice. That would have been very nice. Damn it. I probably should have unwrapped presents last round. Although I wouldn't have gotten the blatant reference. 3, and then she destroys a Jinx card, and that's all for the Jinxes. Okay, Twilight has dick all to do. She's gonna go ahead and use Dark Magic, hit her for 3, and hit herself for 1, because Dark Magic is easy to use and has drawbacks. And then she will draw 2 cards. April Hemorrhage. It's down to the wire here, but Wraith has a lot of hit points. So it's not as bad as it could be. It could distinctly be better, though. We'll go with the Jinx. Okay. Turn the tables. Flip a face-down card, treating it as if it were put into play. I think we're going to focus on Wraith with this. That's the thing to do. Infrared Eyepiece. Okay, whatever. I'm going to put out Combat Stance because I don't have a way to actually deal damage to her. Stealth. None of these are useful. We're going to increase the next damage that Wraith does by 2. She is either going to punch a T-Rex or hit Kismet for a bunch. Oh good, Velociraptors. They hit, oh, the Talisman. Flipping it, putting it in her play area. Okay, Kismet flips. And she plays, oh yeah, here with the most cards in hand, it'd be Twilight. And whenever she plays, no, whenever she deals damage, she has to discard a card. That's fine, she doesn't care about that. And then she hits her for a total of 3. Stealth, and she hits back for 4. I think that's a good exchange. Alright, Twilight, what you got? The answer is not much. She's gonna write a letter to the princess. Shuffle her trash into her deck. Let's see, I just rewrote this card. Let me see. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until 2 cards other than 1 shots are revealed. 1 in your hand, shuffle the other revealed cards into your deck. You may play a card. So we get a book and Friendship Castle. I'm gonna go with a book. Put that in my hand, shuffle, and then play the book. And then I'm going to use the book to play Farsight Projection. Reveal the top X cards of the villain deck, where X is 1 plus the number of books in play. Place 1 on the bottom of the deck and return the others to the top of the deck in the order they're revealed. So basically the exact same thing Dark Visionary does. Let's see, we'll skip Glassjaw if we can. And then she draws a card. All without dealing damage, so she didn't have to discard. That's good. Visionary is going to turtle up, because if nothing else, she can eat hits from the Raptors. Flipping a face-down card. Hey, that's useful. And now it's Wraith's turn, and she's going to Trust Fund. I don't need that. I don't need that. Okay, if she survives, next round is going to be awesome for her. Stealth. And Infrared Eyepiece, because why not? Yeah, I don't like Weak. Although at this point we could throw Weak Heart on Visionary, destroy the Scattered Mind, and let Twilight do damage. And then she draws 2 cards. And we'll increase the next damage she deals by 2, because she's going to be dealing some damage here real soon. And Slip brings us a River of Lava. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Destroy an equipment card. Take 5 damage. I gotta. She is very slowly dying. And the Raptors go after Visionary. Okay, fewest cards in play. They both got 5, she's got 4. Damn it. Self 1 melee damage. Okay, it's hit for 3, and hits back for 4. Twilight plays Spike. This is one of her 2 quote-unquote pets. Is actually her number 1 assistant. And then she will draw 2 cards, and then at the end of her turn, she can draw a card or have Spike deal a non-hero target 2 fire damage. He's going to do. Visionary continues to turtle. Treating it as if it was put into play. Not going to set off 2 left feet. This will impromptu invention. Hits herself for 1. Draw a card. Search for a thing. Let's see. Okay, so she's got 2 micro-targeting computers. She's got Razor Ordnance. And she's got a utility belt in play. However, I want to be able to play Grappling Hook. So we're going to start with a micro-targeting computer, shuffle, and she can play an impromptu invention, deal herself a damage, search for a card, Razor Ordnance, shuffle, play a card. I keep wanting to say retcon, Grappling Hook. 2 left feet, she does deal herself a damage for that, but she's done doing that. And actually, she should have hit herself for 2 with Combat Stance as well. And then she will use her power to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, and we've got this. Because I do believe One hero may use a power, 5 damage, and we win. Okay, that was not a very good showing for Twilight. The way she's supposed to work is you get the library out, and you look for some books, and you get books, and you get books, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll get Alicorn Wings, which gives you an extra power usage, so you can look for a book, and then use a book. And that's nice. And you can start playing spells. Gee, it looks like Alicorn Wings is one of her presents. That sucks. Friendship Castle is all about keeping Alicorn Wings in play. So let's see here. Yep, there it is. Very first one. You may use an extra power during your power phase. So Santa Guys would have screwed her over. And she had a failsafe spell. That's her ongoing destruction. There's another one. And another Letter to the Princess. But you get some books out. You get your Alicorn Wings out. And then you start spamming spells like no one's business, because you can theoretically play 3 spells around. Eventually you'll have to supplant that with your pretty decent card draw, but yeah, she can own the board if she gets going, and she did not get going in that game. I blame the environment. So that's Twilight Sparkle. I hope you were interested in that, and I will show you other pony decks going forward as I continue to playtest them.